啊 shit！ 打开才想到忘记铸造遗产。为什么在打嗝啊？我的老天！Should you choose? 原来这个站久也会这样，这蛮有趣。继续走。看了，好了，走吧。
So, any topics we need to discuss? Then here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true? This report comes from a particularly confidential source both you and I are familiar with, yes. Among the reasons its findings are so alarming. Now, is it true? Was the attack on New Atlantis planned?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays?
我才不撒谎呢。
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared, now that's quite the accusation you're leveling. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this. And said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vivictus sooner. That's truly disconcerting to hear. But cutting off Vivictus's contact with the outside world, that will be up to the cabinet to decide. But I don't appreciate our mercy being taken advantage of. I'm inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of... As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trust, but will ensure its growth is contained. That...
Tell the Freestar Collective. Why? So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Agreed. Any effort to de-escalate the situation should be considered. Being as open as possible would be a valuable move.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, the Cabinet has agreed to implement... In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check... The project we're embarking on will be...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains... Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
My take?
Please, ask.
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Asylees are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators. The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Asylees are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one. Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero, yet you still attend
很
it.
像哎。
Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address if we decide to take this approach, as I believe we should.
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled systems, informing them of the risks we're all facing. Thus far, the response has been the spirit of mutual cooperation displayed. We expect we'll hit some resistance, but...
The responsibilities will be spread. Research and data. All diplomatic concerns in court. But most of the actual on-the-ground work, that'll be handled by the Vanguard. Very well. Then did you have a preference on the method we should deploy?
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
Let us hope this science division truly knows what they are doing.
Grand threats merit grand actions, and grand actions are precisely what our group does.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude.
Really?
Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, and I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive. You all have earned it.
Wow.
Now, there's much to be done.
还好我没
Major
花钱买
Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
你看我穿着新年的衣服吗？
You've got quite a bit of work ahead of you, Captain. Best get to it. Those officers we lost at the spaceport are getting justice, and that's because of you.
Check in with your commanding officer. All your future assignments
Hello.
will be going through him.
You do not need to ask me if you may ask. You may just ask.
Okay, asking.
Honestly, I do enjoy You have given me something to consider.
你过那么久没想好。
Goodbye.
Stupid.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
Okay, I know. Where is this guy? I还没宕机。我是新连的人。
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. No need to thank me. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion. Just out the front door and across the plaza, by the embassies. Look for the Aphelion sign. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But, with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples. Any of those missions call to you? Suppose that's true. Transferring that to you. Done. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colonies craft.
大使馆房子啊。
I do appreciate that not every meter of land was plowed under to build this city. This tree is far too grand for such a fate.
这里哦，这是逼格很高。
Well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion. What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner. Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city. Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district. You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
奖赏一套公寓跟奖赏一艘飞船。脚麻，来看看我的新同学。 哦，哇哦！你是浴室做这么大干嘛？哇哦！哇！ 好哦。发了。那边 view 比较好。这是什么？哦，穷人无法知道这是什么。好大的房子，好好。 怎么从那里跳下去？应该要给一个奖杯。要穿的 fancy 一点，符合这个。这么黑，没办法。 不是把那只收起来吗？这样好吃。
may be paradise, but that doesn't mean we don't run into trouble from time to time.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
Hello？ 哇，应该快要睡了吧？是 OK 啊，但还没有。那个快啊！我想弄睡前的玩一下。你是有看到我在玩吗？
对啊。
哦。所以都可以监视到别人在干嘛。你今天玩什么？
你那个什么，你的 Discord 不是了，你的 Steam 也不是 Steam， 你的 XGP
怎样？
可以调整，要不要让你的 Discord
Yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you
应
can
该是
imagine,
可
we're
以
in a
啦
bit， of a
但我觉得
predicament.
也无所谓啊。
Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner.
对啊。
But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to... So, before we proceed...
你自己在那绿野仙踪啊。
I understand you're eager to get into it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Peru. So far, doesn't seem to be hot. There's no discernible markings or allegiances. I'm hoping that doesn't mean we're dealing with some sort of new deep space threat. Not quite. It took some time, but we received a transmission. Now, one of our engineers says it could just be some bug. So far, no one's disembarked. We don't have the staff or shit. Can't say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun. There's also been talk about non-human sentient. First, it is. Whatever. First, see if you have more luck. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who? As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal...
好，那不简单。冲啊！那我把它射成碎片，也怎样？骑驴把桥过，铃儿响叮当。但我现在身上带太多东西了，我为什么会有这么多东西？我已经忘记了。啊，是我买的。那我还是我看好多东西，一堆没录用的，这些也不能丢了，一堆没录用的都不能丢。我今天听人家那个 review 这个游戏说，他们需要改进他们的 inventory system。That being said， 就是说这个东西呢，从以前用到现在，我非常有感，因为我不久前才玩的那个 Fallout 3 2008年的游戏，想象这个游2008年那时候他那个室内地图就已经被我嫌到超塞， 没有想到2023年的 Xbox Exclusive 居然有办法室内地图，比2008年那个还要烂，因为它就直接没有室内地图，真的是烂死了！到底是什么吃大便的？
真的是吃大便的。
烂炸了！想什么啊？
我觉得他们这也算是骗人，就是之前不是公告老贺猪老贺，虽然我是没有这个。
也没有说真的，就是我不知道怎么写。
看他们之前的那些宣传跟介绍跟骗人。
就他探索就不是什么1000颗星星啊，那你看就胡乱的。
Could we talk? Yes, you need me. It is a relief to know that the terramorphs are being dealt with. I wanted to tell you that I think you made the right decision. The microbes will ensure this is not a problem for much longer.
你刚不是说？
Yes, it sounds as though the microbes will be quite effective. Although it may be taking a chance in a different way. Well, let us hope it does not come to that. And I must say, I find it curious that you would agree. But you could have changed their mind. At least the Freestar Collective will also know of its existence. Otherwise, I worry it would be too tempting for the UC to use as a weapon. Well, it is good to know that this particular threat is behind us. What is it? Until next
小
time.
一些，没有小很多。
不过它这次里面就没有附那个站着的那个站的那个 stand 就没有附。它只有附那个。
我知道啊，说那 stand 还要卖钱，真是不要脸。但其实那个东西我也用不到。
因为你就是要让它躺着。
对啊，因为我家那个空间也，而且他们说那个其实你站着的时候不需要 stand。
哦，再好还是有 stand 比较好，比较好。
Well。
我是让它站着。
啊。小猪猪、小变态，这真的恶心，恶心死了。我的铁，看一下我的铁有几个。我觉得，如果我要盖房子什么，我就想说，我是不是以后再来玩？不然我又怕这个 Xbox 的这个，它这个如果不通用怎么办？就跟如果我以后买 Steam 版啊，对啊。我之前好像看到有说不通用。搞嘞，搞嘞。我也是这样想啊，我是这样想啊 ，certainly。也，但不是我要讲说现在也不是不好玩。 是它已经是真的是没有 bug， 就是以他们的标准。
但是其他不是很多那个像是 quality of life 那种东西都没有在做吗？
什么是 quality of life？
就是有很多不方便的东西，就是像你讲也没有地图。
对啊。
然后不是人家也说，刚刚你说也没有什么。
对啊，很烂。啊，他就是从以前烂到现在那个。
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
你到底是要喝多少？你到底要喝多少？为什么一直听到好像你在喝水的声音？
我在吃枣泥月饼。
那为什么会咕噜咕噜咕噜咕噜 ？What is wrong with you？你有喝水吗？你没有。
没有啊。
那到底是什么声音？
是我主角的声音吗？
有可能哦。如果说是主角，那就有可能。
一直听到。
断续。
All right, Captain. Good to see you.
It's a gorgeous day in the space lanes.
我是啊，我那么多船。
你现在很多船啊？
嗯，对。
哟，我的椅子寄出了，看什么时候会到，哈哈。
我现在有3艘船的，没有算真的很多，但是我觉得不错。 看他要记多久。
我要在他寄到之前，先把我家里这些纸箱都丢掉。
顺便把你的猫丢掉。
同意。
走着瞧。
我也希望我可以。
汤哦。
没有，这个叫什么？没有罪恶感的把它丢掉。但没办法，人就是会有罪恶感，
正常人有罪恶感。OK， 所以你是正常人。枪太丑了，不想用。今天听到一件很悬的故事，但是我现在很困，所以没办法好好讲这个故事。等我比较清醒的时候，我再跟你转述这个故事。
什么东西啊？好奇妙。
很奇妙的故事。我不知道，是很 sad， 也是蛮 sad。
哦，那你明天再跟我讲。
对。真人真事。 如果我是玩一个不需要用脑的。
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile. You're human. Clearly you're not. You're obviously human, but how are you here? We didn't know any others left Earth.
Their first contact with anyone. And you, like that. I hope you realize how staggeringly foolish you look right now.
Perhaps.
我又选错了，去你的！再选一次。
You're human. Oh, we're human. From the planet Earth in the Sol system. It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others. We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first. Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Ah, your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work. And so they made the decision to leave when they did. Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
Just because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Dr. Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet.
这地方简直就是避难所。
We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do. Just stay out of trouble.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing... Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched, even if we had another viable candidate planet, our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children... When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he... given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far... Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. Now, it makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
觉得这种事。
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Surprise, surprise.
Never seen a shipment. We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Wow. Hi.
I wonder what else is out there.
I noticed the malfunction in the tertiary condenser valves.
看那个 girlfriend review 的那个影片吗？
Clamps released.
我有听一下啦。
嗯哼。
Hey, Dad. Will you read to me?
I may offer you today?
Actually, a question. Usually when I come here, the shuttle takes a certain route, showing me the beauty of this world. But this time, our entries seem to take longer, and we pass by a lot more open water. Was there something wrong with our normal flight path? I heard the rumors of a ship in orbit.
Please allow me to apologize for this inconvenience. This alternate entry was required due to a meteor shower affecting the usual descent route. Nothing to worry about. To make up for this, allow me to credit your account with a 15% discount on spa amenities. Once again, we are dreadfully sorry.
It's okay, Viator. I know you're programmed to be overly concerned with your service. I just wanted to know why. But thank you for crediting my account anyway.
I hope your stay is a pleasant one.
Hey, I noticed you arriving. They told us there was a very active meteor shower. You're probably right. I've just been feeling stressed. I should just relax.
I have noted your repeat appearance at our resort. Welcome back, esteemed guest. Please let Paradiso. It is my sincerest wish that this humble robot servant. I have noted your repeat appearance at our resort. Thank you for your patronage.
Patronage.
那你怎么还不去睡？
啊，很好玩。其实很好玩，不是说这个探索，每个地方都不一样。有一个星球是专门给人家度假的。
啊，那里漂亮吗？
蛮漂亮的，我才刚来，他就说哦你来啦，我们发出了求救讯号。
Come here for a little odd and odd, huh? Me too.
就是有一艘不明飞船在他们外面那个轨道在那边游荡，他们就想要联络那个飞船，可是都只听到奇怪的声音，他们就很害怕。到时候不知道怎么办，看有没有人可以去那个飞船上面。
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something... Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? I can't speak for anyone else, but you can imagine dealing with it. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. What I could tell you would get... Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your... I swear, I've never even met some of them. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. People were a little freaked out around here, but then nothing happened. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort. See you next time.
你有打算玩这个游戏吗？
We try to stay out of our guests' way, but we're
Let me
always
know
here
if
if
I'm able to
needed.
help. Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even
有
though
之
Call
前不是说有要玩，但是我就是类似 Cyberpunk 那样的，
Just feel that we
最后
should
会
be
玩的
focusing
什么
on
歌
the
了。
natural beauty of this
We'll make
planet,
some time for
not
you.
our
Keep it quick,
amenities.
yeah?
我就是等它打折，
Not
打到
quite.
夭折
You just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies.
Sure.
Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes. I know and mind because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone. We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal. No, of course not. There's several more. The others spend their time late. Doesn't bother me though. Less cooks in the kitchen. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. No, but given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the... You like that? The marketing team came up with it. They thought... We run a premier resort getaway here. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners round the other side of the planet on entry, so no, we need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists go. Ah, we're being direct then. Good. Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? We could even lend our engineers to help.
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible current. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got... I'm not suggesting anything other than... We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar us. No, much better. And that's within your right. So, as much as I... Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would... Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement... But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long... It's not our responsibility to... We're being more than generous. A custom grav drive can't come cheap. That leaves the only other part. We operate outside of the Freestars, and we'd rather not draw attention. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain? They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. We may be outside the settled systems. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one. I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting... But it's a wonder, that old ship. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those... Someone would likely have to override.
I hope you are not asking what I think you are asking.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200... We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return. Though you may have...
They deserve a renewed chance to decide their own fates. that is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso...
There are
What's not to
millions
love
of
about
planets
this
out there.
planet?
People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
Ah, I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled
Well, they call
dump
on
like
Bennu
we
for
are.
important...
That's
Good
not
shit.
who we are.
Sorry, you've
We've
got to
got
go.
something special.
Why can't I save this file? God damn it.
我觉得我应该要。你在上班呢？
你给他睡了。
不，
我在上班。
我要
我每天都在上班呢。
我查一下攻略。好的，等一下。
In case you didn't know， 我每天都要上班。你说你要睡了？
不是啦，我在查攻略啦。
无聊，这个档案太 crazy。没水准。那完呢？我的左键坏了吗？What the fuck？ 笑了。
What？
这写的唱啥 crazy？ 笑呀！
Smugglers always like to use Hope-Tech ships to resemble legitimate transports. I wonder how the company feels about that.
看这个困惑的声音。
这个 Windows 会做出这种白痴事，我跟你说。
你有没有用过 Mac？
更新完 Windows 之后，那个 Notepad 太小，超级没有水准哎。
蛮烂的，真的是 Windows。
I don't want to hear any complaints.
我今天看到一个消息说 Disney 可能会购买 EA， 因为他们想要分一杯羹的这个 game industry。
那也是 Microsoft 派的。
就是 I don't care about EA， 但是这是跟那个 BioWare 有关系。
Excuse me。
我说就是 Microsoft 先买这个69 billion 的这个东西过了，就是他剩的这个 precedent。
Sure, that sounds
就
like
是让
me.
其他人都可以
What can I
来
do for you?
买
I'm a
这
little
些大
busy, but I think I could spare some time.
他不是没有水准。
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. So grab drives didn't really take off until after the ship. Part's not cheap though. Neither is the... It's a pretty big ass.
但是我觉得也是那些 regulator 就是没有用。
Perhaps not, but I don't... Maybe it is self-serving.
就是很多之前就应该要阻止的 deal 都没有阻
Sounds
止，
like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the pot for free,
现在要阻止也
I
变
won't
得很
charge you
难。
for the work. You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare. We'll send the part up. Pleasure working with you.
我要自费花25000，这有道理吗？做好人还要花25000，很贵。不过这个任务蛮有意思。
except for the factory.
它这个 UI 很不直觉。
Pressure normalized, and we're docked.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Can't tell you how many times I've had to make do with. I have a million burning questions. How did you do it?
重开机也要跟他笑了。
I've heard of this technology, but always believed it was theoretical in nature.
好，现在又好。
Maybe we can talk about it in more detail later. Oh, I haven't even given you my name.
那个 operating system 没救。
But you can call me Amin. And I might add, Yes, of course. Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, I'll spare you the details, but I had to jury-rig parts from... Great question. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that... So, I trust... Yes! So, do people only live on naturally habitable... Are we in contact with alien species? Haha! I knew it! Even this ship was only possible. I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire... I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources. Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity... thank you for taking the time to... What grab drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers... I have just received word that the... Oh! We've kept this ship going, but to be clear... Yes, of course I need your help. My team needs to stay on. Your help is going to be vital. Great. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange. Got it? Let's hop to it.
I've lived my entire life in the constant. I'm not sure how else to live. Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the information? Thanks.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of... We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
That have been led in these confined quarters.
Hey there.
And to think all this time, we thought we were...
Never seen a ship like yours before. But then again,
now that you're here, I can finally... No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Quite a heritage. To have brought this ship so far
is the wrong
over such a
word.
long time.
Our mission was to
Worthy
rebuild
of the pride
humanity
these
on it.
portraits show.
To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge, but with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about, while we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface. I do know that the ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Purima 2 here. Without you, we'd most likely be... I'll make sure people tell... I don't know if we can... That planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be. That's a good question, but I think that we will assimilate. However, we fared by ourselves. It may seem like it's about me maintaining control, but understandably, some are disappointed that we gave. I have no doubt that, and it's important. Goodness, I'm not sure yet. We'll need to study our new star map. Then, well,
他们这个游戏的很多舰长、船长，什么突击小队队长，什么总统都是女的。
And when we do, we'll find a shuttle to take us planetside. Thanks again for your help.
Leader 啊，什么 Captain 都是女的。没败啊！
而且我就还在那边哀叫，什么 walk？
哦，绝对的，根本不用说，他们就这么无聊。